Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Verses and translations. Chapter 8. Attaining the Supreme. Text 1. Arjuna Uvacha. Kim tad Brahma kim atyatmam, kim karma purushottama, adibhutam cha kim proktam, adidaivam kim uchyate. Arjuna inquired, O my Lord, O Supreme Person, what is Brahman? What is the Self? What are fruitive activities? What is this material manifestation? And what are the demigods? Please explain this to me. Text 2. Adi yagna katam kotra, dehesmin madhusudana, praya nakale cha katam, yeyosi niyatatmavi. How does this Lord of Sacrifice live in the body? And in which part does he live, O Madhusudana? And how can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death? Text 3. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Aksharam Brahma Paramam, Swabhavo Diyat Mamukshate, Bhuta Bhavo Bhavakaro, Visarga Karma Samnita. The Supreme Lord said, the indestructible, transcendental living entity is called Brahman, and his eternal nature is called the Self. Action pertaining to the development of these material bodies is called karma, or fruitive activities. Text 4. Adibhutam charo bhava, purushas traditaivatam, adiyagno ham evatara, dehe deha ritam vara. Physical nature is known to be endlessly mutable. The universe is the cosmic form of the Supreme Lord, and I am that Lord, represented as the Supersoul, dwelling in the heart of every embodied being. Text 5. Antakale chamameva, smaran mukva kalevaram, ya prayati samadbhavam, yati nastyatra samsaya. And whoever, at the time of death, quits his body, remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. Text 6. Yam vapismaran bhavan, jayante kalemaram, tam ivaitikantaya, sada tad bhava bhavita. Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, that state he will attain without fail. Text 7. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu, mam anusmara yudyacha, mayarpito manobudhir, mam evaishyasya samsaya. Therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna, and at the same time carry out your prescribed duty of fighting. With your activities dedicated to me, and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without doubt. Text 8. Abhyasa yoga yuktena, chetasa nanyagamina, paramam purusham divyam, yati partanu chintayan. He who meditates on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his mind constantly engaged in remembering me, undeviated from the path, he, O Partha, Arjuna, is sure to reach me. Text 9. Kavim paranam anushashitaram, anur anisyam sam anusmaretya, sarvasya dattaram achintya rupam, aditya varnam tamasa parastat. One should meditate upon the Supreme Person, as the one who knows everything, as he who is the oldest, who is the controller, who is smaller than the smallest, who is the maintainer of everything, who is beyond all material conception, who is inconceivable, and who is always a person. He is luminous like the sun, and being transcendental, is beyond this material nature. Text 10. Prayana kale manasa chalena, bhaktya yukto yoga balena chaiva. Bruvor majje pranam avesha samyak, satyam param puru sham paiti daivyam. One who at the time of death fixes his life air between the eyebrows and in full devotion engages himself in remembering the Supreme Lord will certainly attain to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Text 11. Yad aksharam vido vidanti, vishanti tad yatayo vita raga, yad ichanto brahmacharyam charanti, te padam san grahena pravakshe. Persons learned in the Vedas, who utter Omkar, and who are great sages in the renounced order, enter into Brahman. Desiring such perfection, one practices celibacy. I shall now explain to you this process by which one may attain salvation. Text 12. Sarva dvarani samyamya, mano ridhi nirudyacha, murdyanat yayatmana pranam, astito yoga dharanam. The yogic situation is that of detachment from all sensual engagements, closing all the doors of the senses and fixing the mind on the heart and the life air at the top of the head. One establishes himself in yoga. Text 13. Om iti yek sharam brahma vyaharan mam anusmaran yat prayati chajam teham sayati paramam gatim. After being situated in this yoga practice and vibrating the sacred syllable Om, the supreme combination of letters, if one thinks of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and quits his body, he will certainly reach the spiritual planets. Text 14. Ananya cheta satatam yomam smarati nityasa tasyaham sulabam parta nitya yuktasya yogina. For one who remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain, O son of Pritha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service. Text 15. Mam upecha punarjanma dukalayam ashashvatam napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramam gata. After attaining me, the great souls, who are yogis in devotion, never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection. Text 16. Abrahma bhuvana loka punar vartina Arjuna mamupecha tukanteya punarjanmana vidyate. From the highest planet, the material world, down to the lowest, all are places of misery, wherein repeated birth and death take place. But one who attains my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. Text 17. Sahasra yuga paryantam aharyad brahmano vidhu ratrim yuga sahasrantam teho ratra vido jana. By human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together is the duration of Brahma's one day, and such also is the duration of his night. Text 18. Avyaktad vyaktaya sarva prabhavant yahar agame, ratrat yagme praliyate, tat raivat vyakta samnake. When Brahma's day is manifest, this multitude of living entities comes into being, and at the arrival of Brahma's night, they are all annihilated. Text 19. Bhutta grama saevayam, bhutva praliyate, rat ragyame vashaparta, prabhava yahar agame. Again and again the day comes, and this host of beings is active, and again the night falls, O Partha, and they are helplessly dissolved. Text 20. Parastasmatu pavanyo, vyakto vyatat sanatana, yasa sarveshu bhuteshu, nasyatsu na vinasyati. Yet there is another nature, which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. Text 21. Avyakto shara ityuktas, tamahu paramam gatim, yam prapya na nivartante, tadama paramam mama. That supreme abode is called unmanifested and infallible, and it is the supreme destination. When one goes there, he never comes back. That is my supreme abode. Text 22. Purushasa paraparta, bhaktya labhyas tvananyaya, yasyan ta stani bhutani, yena sarvamidam tatam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Although he is present in his abode, he is all-pervading, and everything is situated within him. Text 23. Yatra kale tvanavritim, avritim chaiva yogina, prayata yanti tam kalam, vakshyami bharatarshava. O best of the Bharatas, I shall now explain to you the different times at which, passing away from this world, one does or does not come back. Text 24. Agnir yotir aha sukla, sanmasa uttarayanam, tatra prayata gachanti, brahma vidojana. Those who know the Supreme Brahman pass away from the world during the influence of the fiery god in the light at an auspicious moment, during the fortnight of the moon and the 6 months when the sun travels in the north. Text 25. Dumo ratris tata Krishna, sanmasa dakshinayanam, tatra chandra masam jyotir yogi prapya nivartate. The mystic who passes away from this world during the smoke, the night, the moonless fortnight, or in the 6 months when the sun passes to the south, or who reaches the moon planet, again comes back. Text 26. Sukla Krishna gati yete, jagata sasvate mate, ekayam yatyanavritim, anyaya vartate punam. According to the Vedas, there are 2 ways of passing from this world, one in light and one in darkness. When one passes in light, he does not come back, but when one passes in darkness, he returns. Text 27. Naite shriti partha janan yogi mukyati kaschana tasmat sarveshu kaleshu yoga yukto bhavarjuna. The devotees who know these two paths, O Arjuna, are never bewildered. Therefore, be always fixed in devotion. Text 28. Vedeshu yagneshu tapashu chaiva daneshu yat punya palam pradishtam adyeti tat sarvam idam viditva yogi param stanam upaiti chadyam. A person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas, performing austere sacrifices, giving charity, or pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. At the end, he reaches the supreme abode.